Hey guys, Brock with Bassin227 here. Gonna give you a tackle update on what I've stocked up with, what I've changed since I first made my video. I'm on pro staff for a couple different companies, so that's kind of changed what I use. I've also added some different baits that I thought would help boost me in catching my fish, but I did happen to get a few new baits today. I got the Berkley Power Bait Power Claw. Really like this bait. And you can Texas rig it. I really like it as a jig trailer. It's got a lot of action to it. You know, the claws just move very freely throughout the water, and it gives it a nice presentation when it's with a jig. You know, you can Texas rig it, you know, however you want. I got some of the 8-inch juice worms. You know, I really like these. I like getting on a spinning reel, throwing them weightless. They tend to work really well when I throw them weightless. That's the same with the Power Bait Power Worm. This is the 10-inch version. The Tequila Sunrise. This is probably one of my all-time favorite worm colors. Always catches fish for me. I also got the Berkley Havoc Devil Spears. You know, it's a Mike Iaconelli bait. I really like it. You know, jig trailer, Texas rig. You know, you've seen the videos where Mike Iaconelli's talked about skeet reefs, using it as a swim bait. You know, it all works really well. You know, I really like the Devil Spear. The other Mike Iaconelli bait I got is the Berkley Havoc Smash Tube, and this is one of my favorite baits to use especially in the spawn. You know, a lot of people are having issues with the Smash Tube because when they go to buy them, there's not any salt and the tentacles stick together. When I got mine, there was no salt on it. I basically put salt in a plastic baggie. I dumped these things in there, shook the baggie up. The salt stuck right to them, and as you can see, I mean, these appendages move freely. They're not sticking together or nothing. You know, this is a great bait. I really like it. You know, you can put a tube insert in there. You know, Texas rig it. You know, put it on a tube hook, however you want. It's a really great bait that does catch a lot of fish. And you know, this bait obviously gets its name from its compact, kind of smashed profile. You know, definitely go and check these out. You know, don't be disappointed if you go to get them and there's no salt on there. Just add salt to them and they work perfectly. For one of my pro staff that I'm on is J&J Tackle. He makes jigs, spinner baits, tube inserts, shaky head jigs, bass jigs, you know, all the works. And I'm really thrilled to have the opportunity to be on that pro staff. I mean, there's a great group of guys involved with that, and you know, the quality of the product that he's putting out is just the best that I've used. You know, most of you have seen me talk about the T-Dogs jigs. Well, I can tell you, and this is not just because I'm on the pro staff, but these things to me blow the T-Dogs jigs out of the water. You know, as you can see here, this is an example of the J&J Tackle jig. You know, he puts a lot of time into making his jigs. You know, after he paints these jig heads, he puts a clear coat over them to ensure that the paint lasts. You know, a lot of times people have trouble with the paint chipping off jigs. You know, I fished these jigs in my last tournament quite a bit, and they took a beating, and you know, that it's not showing any lead. You know, and another key thing that I really like, which you probably cannot see in the video, but he wire ties the band together to ensure that the skirt stays and it doesn't rip apart. And you know, they're great jigs. I mean, I absolutely love them. You know, and they're affordable, and that's one of the key things. You know, he's got a wide variety of colors, a wide variety of heads there. You've seen, you know, this is the brush head. He's got a football head. And then he's got a grass head that can be used as a grass jig or a swim jig. I often like to use this as a swim jig, you know. I mean, it works really well as a swim jig. But definitely, you know, check him out. He's got a lot of great colors. You know, one of my favorite color schemes that he has is the black craw. It's just black with a little bit of brown. And I mean, this is a color that really has caught some fish for me. You know, I'll be getting videos up showing you me catching fish with these jigs, just so you know that they work. But the quality of these jigs are just outstanding. I absolutely love them. I'm thrilled to be on board with what they're doing. I think, you know, these jigs are going to make a big splash, and I think you guys would be foolish not to give them a try. You know, I mean, there's great quality in them. I stand by them. You know, like as most of you have seen, I'm a big jig guy. I love fishing jigs. You know, so when it comes to jigs, I'm real picky about what I use, and I can tell you what, J&J's jigs have stood the test for me. I mean, I've fished them in rough conditions. You know, I've tried to beat them as much as I could, and they still are holding strong. Some other changes that I've made: I was fishing a lot of net bait stuff. I decided to go with Berkley. I like Berkley. I like Berkley on the back of those J&J jigs. It's a real good match for me. It's what works good. You know, I got your basic stuff. You know, as far as my jig trailers, you know, I got the 3-inch, you know, chigger craws, or the 3-inch, you know, Crazy Lake chigger craws. I got the, you know, 3-inch chigger craws, like I said. You know, I got the chigger chunks. You know, really like the chigger chunks. And I've got the Pit Boss. You know, the Pit Boss is another great jig trailer. I really like Texas rigging these things and flipping them into cover. But I have seen a lot of people on YouTube talk about using them as a jig trailer, so I decided to give them a try. And it gives these jigs a big bulky profile, and it, you know, the big fish really like to tear them up. You know, and the same thing goes just for my regular craws. You know, I still carry some Pit Bosses. You know, I got your generic, you know, your chigger craws, your Crazy Lake chigger craws. To me, and the basics, they're what works. You know, the power bait, the scent really catches the fish. I really like just how the fish are attracted to it, and it seems to always catch fish for me. You know, another pro staffing spot that I got was with Denali Rods, and I really like their rods. They're affordable, you know, and it's great quality. I fished the Jadewood, which is the cheaper of them all, and I can't say enough about these rods. You know, it's got the EVA foam grips. It's got the extended butt section to really allow lightness to the rod. You know, it's got its signature, you know, Jadewood up here. You know, this is the 7-foot medium heavy worming jig, and this is probably my all-time favorite rod. You know, a lot of guys are out there and they're spending, you know, $150, $200, $300 on a rod, and I've got the Veritas, and to me it doesn't compete to the Denali rod. I mean, the power matched with the sensitivity of these rods is just it's unbeatable. I mean, I feel stuff with this rod that I can't feel on the Veritas. The fact that it's affordable alone is what sets it apart from the rest. You know, I definitely would recommend you guys checking out Denali rods. Check out the Jadewood series. You know, it's affordable to most anglers. You know, they've got 2 other series of rods. They got the Rosewood, which is a little more expensive, and then they got the Norwood, which is their extreme high-end rod. You know, it's got the carbon fiber handles. It's a great series of rods that they've got. They're doing a lot of good things. You know, for what you pay for these rods, man, to me there's no other competition. You know, I compared them to the other rods that I have, and they just blew them out of the water. I mean, they are fantastic rods. Definitely get on their website, denalirods.com. Check them out. You know, read a little bit, get a little bit of knowledge of them. You know, there's probably plenty of guys that got YouTube videos on there. You know, see their videos of them using the Denali rods. You know, ask them what they think. You know, my catch ratio of landing fish has increased since I've got Denali rods, and I don't think I could go to any other rod. Especially I've got this this rod here matched up with the Revo STX, the 7.1 to 1, for getting those jigs in the heavy cover, and once I get them fish, get them out quick. You know, it's a great balanced rod. It works fantastic. You know, their rods are designed specifically for different types of techniques. You know, this one, they got the worm and jig. You know, they've got finesse rods, they've got spinnerbait rods, you know, they got frog rods, swim bait rods, you know, crankbait rods, flipping rods. You know, they've got rods that are designed for every specific technique out there, and they work tremendously. You know, you'd be doing yourself a favor by checking out Denali rods. You know, I mean, it's outstanding. So, and you know, I also got another one here. This is the medium heavy crankbait rod. You know, really like this rod. I got it paired up with the Revo winch. Once again, it's another great setup. I got it on here, the new Bass Pro Shops Nitro crankbait, shallow diving crankbait, and it's a great crankbait. But yes, Denali rods are definitely a must check out for people. They're affordable. The Rosewoods is probably their most popular series of rods. I love them. You know, make sure you check them out. Also, check out, I got a Facebook page, Brock Davis Tournament Angler. Make sure to check that out, like it. I'm going to be doing a lot of contests with that. You know, I may not get all kinds of contests going on YouTube, but I'll have a lot of contests going on that, with some help from some good sponsors, and you know, it'll be a great way, you know, for me to interact with other anglers. You know, hear everybody else's stories. You know, share stories. I've also got a website that I set up through Google. You know, I'll post the link below. Make sure to check that out. You know, post pictures on there. You know, write on the blog. You know, stuff. It's something to check out. Look at, get information from. You know, and communicate back and forth. You know, I'm all about communication with all the anglers out there. You know, hearing their stories, hearing what works for them. You know, it's a great way to just kind of interact within the sport. So I'll post a link for Denali rods as well, and the Facebook link to J&J Tackle. You know, make sure you check all them out. You know, they really got a great product out there. Most of this stuff was purchased through the Fisherman's Quarters, my main sponsor. You know, he always can get you anything you want. He's a great guy. So, you know, check out my Facebook page, you know, Brock Davis Tournament Angler. You know, check out my website, check out Denali rods, and check out J&J Tackle. You know, I think you guys would really like what they've got to offer, and the price that they're selling their stuff at is pretty fair. So thanks for watching. Until next time, catch a big one.